All right, hello everybody. Happy Sunday. Welcome back to Fangirlz Assemble, where we talk about books and stuff. And other things. And
Yeah.
things, yeah.
Whatever we really want, right?
We talk about a book and then we talk about whatever else.
That's right. That's right. So thank you for being here. Thanks, James, for being in the chat with your ghosty. Love that.
But before we talk about our book, we should talk about a lovely sponsor, InStockTrades.com, where you can get your books up to 50% off. And if you spend $50, you're getting free shipping in the US.
Amazing.
My guy.
It's the best. You know, and I'll tell you what, I ordered recently from them because I got Reed a birthday present from InStockTrades.com. And it shipped like the next day.
It's been quick lately.
2 days after that. Yeah, it was amazing. And I was like, what's happening? The universe is fantastic. So just saying, they're on top of it right now.
And everyone should jump on it now.
Yeah.
So that way when Christmas comes, you're not like dealing with like all the crazy shipping delays. So if you want to get a present for us, you should probably do it now.
Yeah. Don't wait.
Not wait.
If you need to know what we need, we'll tell you. It'll be great.
You ask the other one, they'll tell.
Yeah, that's right. That's exactly right. We've done it before. It's great. And you can also get the book we're talking about today on InStockTrades.com.
Look at that cover.
I mean, and it's shiny.
It feels beautiful. Nice.
Oh, it's so soft.
Oh, spooky.
Oh, what's happening there?
What's that?
Nice spine.
What can I tell you?
Yeah.
And I just realized these are eyeballs on the side.
Yeah.
They look a little bit like boobies.
Yeah.
I didn't realize till just now. I was like,
I can see the boobiness of it. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And you know, of course, under this dust jacket is a wonderful like wraparound cover.
Yeah.
Love that little spookiness.
Love it. I love the little eyeballs with the tightly crying. Oh, it's so good.
Oh, it's great.
Oh, hello. Good morning from us. Also big Junji Ito fans.
Absolutely. Good morning.
It's October, so we're definitely reading a Junji Ito book. But for us, Junji Ito's our comfort read. And this was this was comfortable. I woke up this morning, I had my little toast and my coffee, and I just snuggled in.
Love that.
For little Junji Ito.
You know, I feel like the people who have read him before can understand this. The people who haven't are like, what's wrong with you? And I think there's nothing wrong with us. These are just like, I'm just going to say lovely stories. I'm not sure lovely is the word, but it's what I feel in my heart, you know?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Let me take my dust jacket off so we can talk about this. So I reckon we should go. We're in the South. I can say reckon.
That's absolutely true.
That we should go story by story.
I agree.
Even though this is like a little bit smaller than some of the bigger Junji Ito collections, it didn't feel like that still. Like every story felt so succinct and interesting, and the perfect like length that it didn't feel like a short read still. Like this is a very good collection. I'm really pleased with this.
I agree. And I think the stories all somehow go well together, even though they're very different, you know? Like I wonder what the process is to like pick what goes into what book for him. But this one is curious. Yeah, this one was like really, I felt like every story had this purpose together, you know?
And the art was great. So are these all recent? I can never tell because like a lot of the collections are like a mixed bag of like old and new. But the art was so good in this. I wonder if these were all recently made.
Yeah, I feel like it may tell somewhere. Did he
I didn't see anything said it would be older ones. So
the Liminal Zone is a collection of short stories serialized on the Line manga app. First time I've been serialized in an app, blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Line, for people who don't know, is like a social media app in Japan. Like it's like, or not really only Japan to use it elsewhere, but like it's a messaging app that people use. I love Line, which is why. Okay, cool.
I feel like I've seen that reference in like every manga I've read.
Probably.
Yeah.
Good morning. Good morning. Boo.
Well, everyone's here.
So let's start with the first one. And I love that first we start with this nice color page to lead us into the Weeping Woman. I love this because this is a real thing in Japan too. So if people are reading this that don't know or aren't sure, like this is a real like job you can have or like do as being a weeping woman at like a funeral, especially if they didn't have that many people in their lives, is to make the deceased and the family as well feel like they had more going for them. It's no different than hiring like a bridesmaid or somebody or like extra people to be at like a wedding so it feels fuller. It's a similar scenario. So this is a real thing.
That's good for me to know because I had no idea when I was reading this. That's fascinating.
Okay. So this is really interesting. So we have this couple who heads up to Tohoku, which I think is up north, before their wedding. They're an engaged couple. And they get there and they come across nearby a funeral. They hear this like huge sobbing. This woman just hysterically crying very loudly. Like you see the kind of people at funerals that would like jump into the box is the kind of vibe we're getting. And Mako, who's the girl in this relationship, it's Mako and Yuzuru. Mako nearby, she kind of like is very empathic. So if she sees crying, she cries. But it ends up being a bigger picture than that. Ends up leading them to find out this lore of the weeping women, and it goes much farther than just this scenario because she keeps crying, and she can't stop. So first of all, I relate. No, as somebody who also cries a lot.
It's to the point where like she's like drowning the bed they're in. Like it's that's how excessive it is.
Oh my god, Lionheart, seriously? Thank you.
That's awesome. Lovely.
See, I relate. I'll cry. I'm not gonna cry right now. Because I'm live. But thank you so much. Oh my god.
Love
you
that
made my whole week. It's been a rough week and that just made it.
Oh.
Thank you. Okay, now I gotta do the show. Sorry, continue. Did you want to show that like angle? Oh. It's pretty great.
Let me find it again.
I've got it if you don't.
No, yeah, you.
All right,
you do it.
So like, wow, it is so bright in here. It's hard, but she's crying so much that I mean, like the bed is soaked. And I love this back and forth because she hasn't been able to stop crying. And her fiance, who I'm kind of upset with at the beginning, she's like, because I think for anybody who has anxiety or cries a lot, I related to this because he's like, why are you still crying? Like, I know you felt for the woman, but like, isn't this a bit much? Like, why are you sad? Like, I don't get it. And she's like, I don't know, but I'm sad. And I was like, same. I don't know.
Yeah, back off her.
And then he's like, maybe we should call off the engagement. And then she starts crying because she's still crying. He's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to.
Yeah.
And he's like, it's cold. The bed is completely soaked with her tears. And I love this journey with them because like they go to doctors, they don't know. They go to fortune telling. The guy's like, the key is in Tohoku where they visit. So they go back to find the weeping woman, to figure out what's is happening.
Going on. Yeah, there's this image of them like in the woods where they're like, what is that? And you realize it's actually like faces because they're like, is that mosquitoes? No, it's faces who are crying, right? It's you know, there's always like this over the top imagery in these books, but there still continues. They're never like it never fails whenever I read something from him. I'm like, how do you think of these sort of things?
I have
like
no
how
idea.
do you depict these things?
No clue. And I love this. I love this town.
Yeah.
Because they enter in this like they end up here mysteriously, which is perfect. Like a fog, what they think is mosquitoes, but might be spirits. They just wind up in this like more feudal looking village, more traditional Japanese village. And like they have all these lanterns and all of these signs where they have eyeballs and they're like weeping. And the town is like it's almost like they're near a waterfall because you see all this water just coming down here.
The roads are just like tears.
Yeah. And I'd loved going through this because eventually she finds out, and we won't like go into too much because I don't want to ruin it for you. But we find out this is a longer tradition, and she might be the most powerful because she's so empathic and her tears are so strong, and that they need this. Like it's like for them, it's like an essential role to help those that need to pass, those spirits. They need someone to weep for them so they can feel release, which is kind of touching. And so she gets a little more entangled in this. And of course, it goes off the rails in a way that you probably wouldn't expect, or you would expect me to book. But right. I love it. I love the imagery. There's a part in this where there's like this corpse of this weeping woman, and her whole face has been sunken in because even after she died, she continued to cry. Loved it. It was so cool.
Yeah, and that like,
hey Mark,
created some of the most intense imagery. I'm not going to show you those parts. I feel like you all should read this to see yourself. But I think you know the pages I'm talking about where I'm like, whoa, like that just looks bonkers in like the coolest way.
And I'm getting really impressed with Junji Ito's art as of recent. I mean, I've always been really impressed, but it's been great to watch him grow because everyone looks like the amount of detail that goes into every person's face in this book is really impressive. There's a lot of scenes where you have a lot of people and everyone looks so distinct and different. Really impressed. Like, you know, because it used to be like if you see, it's not that he had same face syndrome, but there were similar faces.
Yeah, he kind of had that for sure. I mean, because you would see like the boyfriend in this book. I feel like I've seen someone similar to that in like another story. But you're right. Like every group shot, everyone's so different looking.
Like to go back to the first weeping woman they find. Oops, there we go. She looks so different from a lot of characters I've seen him draw. Like the main girl looks, you know, very similar, but there's something about it. It's definitely elevated. Like I'm really impressed as an Ito fan to see where we've gotten. I mean, he can do anything. But yeah, I love that first story. I love the weeping woman story. I thought it was really unique. I thought it was moving. It was very cool. And I guess a lot of these do kind of tie in a way because they're almost like, I think there's like a religion aspect that ties in a lot of these.
Yeah, that's true.
You could say. Or like religion, death. Not that there isn't always death, but it felt like I don't know, a bigger tie-in than it usually does.
Yeah, I agree. And I thought it was a really good length. You know, this was about 60 something pages. And it didn't feel like it needed to keep going or it ended too short. And I will say, like, I've experienced that with some of the stuff in the past where I'm like, okay, it was too short. That was a few pages and I could have, you know, had more to that. And, you know, but no, this was like.
And I can see myself rereading it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so next one we got is Madonna. And this one leans more heavily on like Christian and Catholic.
I was like,
origins. As a person raised Catholic here. This was very neat because we have this girl and she is sent to this like boarding school, but it's like a very Christian boarding school. And again, with the faces, I remember seeing this and being so impressed with how different everybody is. So we follow this girl, Maria, and then this priest and his wife, who is called the Madonna. And there's all this symbolism about like the Virgin Mary, which is always interesting to me because like that's people's theory of like Catholicism. So like, of course, a Japanese writer would be like, they just worship her all the time.
Yeah.
So this fit perfectly. And so basically this man, this priest at the school, he is an F-boy completely. So his current wife is seen as like, she's supposed to be Mary. She's supposed to be the Madonna. And she was very beautiful. And now she's like always looking really upset all the time. Yeah. And apparently had a wife before that, similar situation.
There she is, looking upset.
Love her. And he keeps cheating on her because he'll find the next one like, oh, no. Yeah, I thought she was the Madonna. I thought she was Mary. She's not. I was obviously wrong. It's you. So he'd find another beauty, like, no, you're the one. All the while, his wife is getting more and more upset because apparently she turned this way once he found out he cheated because like she's thinking, oh, I must be the Madonna. He's told me that's my calling. I need to be with him and be this holy entity and worship Mary and God or whatever, and then birth Jesus. That's what's gonna happen for me. Amidst this, we also have this like salt motif throughout here, which is so interesting and funny, and I don't know. I still liked it, but like he was like, oh, my last wife was salty. But then he also related to this thing in the Bible. Listen, as a Catholic, I never read it. So I don't know if this was a real story or not.
Mm-hmm.
But he talks about like this woman turning into salt, like a statue of salt. So there's this big motif with people who were like really heavy into this, having salt coming out of their ears, or all these like bodies that are salt.
Salt like coming right out of her ear. She's like, I feel weird.
Yeah. Like we run into this girl in the woods and she's like licking this like salt pillar and looking real crazed. And then like later we see her again, salt's out of her ears, and she's like, oh my God, it's so salty and great. And we're like,
what's happening? Yeah.
And Maria, our main character, seems to be like she's not falling into the spell of all of it. Everyone around her, she's like, the principal obviously gets into her. He is like, yes, this is my new mark. This is my Virgin Mary. This is the
Which
one.
Is extra
aptly
creepy.
Named Maria. Right. And he's like, I'm going to bring you to a special school. And she's like, I just got here. And I haven't even acclimated. Now I have to do this again and be the new person. I mean, okay, fine. And everyone looks really weak and scared of like the Madonna woman and all this stuff. And all the more creepy salt business. Oh yeah, here it is. In the passage says in the Bible, something about Lot. Lot's wife was turned into a pillar of salt for turning her back on God's word. So that's like the whole thing in here. This was cool. I like this whole bit. I think some people maybe, if you're okay with like religious motifs in your like horror, and particularly Christian horror or like Christian motifs in horror, you're gonna have a lot of fun with this. It feels crazy.
Oh yeah, it's like just when you thought it couldn't get more weird, it did.
Oh yeah,
but it's still like super worked, with the salt elements, with what happens later on. I won't give that away, but with the statue, that whole thing, that was like, what? Like, it was fascinating. I really enjoyed it too. Super weird.
Oh, it's so fun, and just turning people into salt. It's cool. So our third one is called the Spirit Flow of Gigahada. So this is the suicide force in Japan. I felt a little weird about this. Mm-hmm. Ultimately, I think the story felt very differently from where it was going, so I was okay. Oh, okay. Thank you, Mark. Lot's wife was commanded not to look back at their home in Sodom and Gomorrah, and when she did anyway, she was turned to a pillar of salt. Okay, so that's what it's from. Thank you. Because I was like,
I didn't know either.
I know Job because we read it, and I took a class in college called the Suffering. We just studied suffering. So.
Did you get an A in suffering?
I did.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
It was like an English class. But anyway, so Spirit Flow Gigahada, I felt weird about this because I really enjoyed the story, and luckily because the story like the things within the story were so different, I didn't feel as bad. I was worried it was going to feel a little exploitative.
Yeah.
And the fact that he put a YouTuber in here, kind of making fun of one of the Paul brothers. I forget which one it was.
I believe it was Logan. Yeah.
Yeah. Of him doing that there, I felt a bit better because like that's a real place in Japan. People really do go there to commit suicide, and suicide's a huge problem in Japan. And it's one that I say a lot in my academic journey. A lot of like my studies been mental health in Japan. But luckily it turned out okay. And I was really worried when we were getting this. I was like, ooh, yeah. Ito. But I feel okay with it. Yeah. Still, I prefer if it wasn't here, but it's fine.
Yeah, I mean, it makes it hard when it's like a real place with a real problem, but it was so out there, like most Ito stuff.
Oh,
like,
it was so weird. So
it was so strange and not real, and something that's obviously not happening that, yeah, I'm with you. It didn't feel like he was disrespecting anything. It is strange.
And we didn't see any happen. So like I will say, I should have already put a spoiler alert when I started talking, a spoiler trigger warning, but that is a subject matter within this section. So just so you know. But yeah, we follow this couple who decide they want to die together and they've gone into Gigahada. And they come along as really like almost like stripped trees that are really smooth, and it's kind of weird. And they're still settling because I guess they're like looking for a place to do it. But they come along, there's this cave, this like opening. They call it, is it the Dragon Mouth Cave or something like that?
Something like that. Yeah, I can't.
Yeah, it's this little like cave. It kind of looks like a little face, like a little dragon,
like a dragon's face. It's they say.
Yeah. And out of the dragon comes this like kind of storm of spirits. And the husband gets in there. Oh yeah, let me highlight you.
It looks super cool, actually.
Oh, it's so cool.
Very neat how he did that.
So it rushes out of there like this. It reminds me of the game Final Fantasy VII because there's like there's this life stream under the world. That's where all the spirits go through.
Oh, okay.
But he gets in there and he comes out. And I love this because already she, his wife or girlfriend or whatever is like, oh my God, you can't leave me. And she's like, wants it to be together, but she also shows like, almost immediately she's like, wait, I don't know about this anymore. Because I'm really happy that you're like alive. Because the minute he's like, I don't think I want to die anymore. She's like, oh, thank God. Like just
immediately like, yeah, okay, good.
but he comes out really slick.
Yeah, it's so weird.
Actually, can you? I guess we can show this page. I guess is a good.
I was going to say, well, I'm not sure.
So and then she like leaves. She's like, hey, I want to hang out here a little bit and just see, but I'll come back to you. Don't worry. And she's like, okay. He doesn't come back, so she comes to see him, and he comes out even slicker. Look at him.
Like, he's getting like pointy and smooth and elongated.
And I love the art in here because even just by looking at it, he looks like he's wet.
Yeah,
that's
so true. Yeah,
like he looks like he should feel like those like stretchy hands do, kind of. That kind of just I don't know.
Yeah, like a Stretch Armstrong. That's exactly
like a Stretch Armstrong.
Like he meets someone there, and they both start jumping in together. It's
and they're just weird. Like, no, this is how we feel. We really have to do this. Like, we just keep entering the spirit flow. We need more. And as they keep doing it, it just gets shinier and shinier and more like almost androgynous, like little alien guys.
Yeah.
And then they get really gross with each other, which I love.
Yeah.
It's like we're being licked. Isn't that nice? And she looks over like they're not wearing clothes anymore. And she's like, do you guys want food or clothes? And I'm like, no, we don't need it anymore.
Yeah.
Excuse me, miss.
Oh. Just wants to show off his outfit. Love it.
I got a little sweater on. Are you upset about it? Is it because your sister's ready and your dad should bring her inside? Thank you. But yeah, so they keep they don't have any need for anything. Just jump in the thing, come back, and they keep getting like weirder and weirder and weirder. And that scene where they stop wearing clothes is the most like homoerotic thing for an Ito ever.
It's a lot, yeah.
Wait, I've got so they just like get close, like, no, we just like really love this. This is really great. And they just do these weird like poses. And then you've got up here with like, he's just like, is it like being licked? Like, let's lick each other. And this poor girl is like, I don't know how I got here. It's like, I was not expecting this.
Yeah, and from afar, they're not doing anything. Just licking. Like just that guy's licking him. It's so strange.
And so right before this too, I love that they put the YouTuber in here. I do appreciate that a lot from Ito because he should dig at Logan Paul for doing that.
Absolutely.
Because he gets there and without even doing anything else, without respecting the force, listening to them, he jumps into the cave and he's like freaked out. And he's like, oh my God, streamlined. This is
he's like got his camera the whole time.
Losing it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, good.
Yeah, this is what
you have no business being in this forest.
Yeah. I love this little right here. Are you jealous of our beautiful bodies?
Yes.
It's like posing.
It's so
It cracked
good.
me up because I'm like, it's so gross.
Well, yeah, because they like dig on her. They're like, you wouldn't get it.
Yeah. Like you look like a human.
You're too scared. And she's like, oh, am I? And I love how, I mean, I won't spoil how it ends, but you know, they get their comeuppance.
Yeah, absolutely.
So weird. How does he come up with
it gets
this
even
stuff?
weirder.
It's so weird.
Like I just got to, I won't ruin it, but you know, where you see her again, yeah, it's
Oh my
so
God.
weird. Yeah, I don't know how he does that.
So good. Oh yeah, I didn't see that afterward. I don't know how I missed it. I was looking at stuff. I'll read it after this.
Yeah, he goes into like COVID and like, you know, so I think this
Yeah.
was like recent stuff.
Nice.
He tells how he came up with all the ideas, which is fascinating because it's like how.
I'm always very curious about that. Do you want to talk about the next one? Sorry, I kind of I went into over new reader mode where I'm like,
it's okay. I love it. You're really good at it. Yeah. So this one starts out with this it's called Slumber. I like these little like I love how he, you know, has the chapter breaks and has a cover for everything. It's cool. So Slumber is this guy, he falls asleep and you know he has this dream that he's killed someone. He's like, what's going on? And he feels it and he's like, it feels like it really happened. I don't like, it's really creeps him out, you know. And he turns on the TV and he's, you know, it's some guy, some reporter, and he's like, after last week's random murder, another attack took place last night, blah blah blah. And he's like describing the person, and this guy's getting more and more freaked out. And he's like, oh no, I did it again. And he's having this image of like stabbing this woman. But he just went to sleep, you know? He doesn't think anything else of it. But he has memories of like crawling into bed and like doing this terrible thing. And it's like plaguing him. It's so creepy, right? Like,
oh, I love it.
And I mean, can you imagine though, like being in that, like that is a horror in itself, right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It was fascinating. It was fascinating the whole time for me. And I was invested immediately, but because it keeps happening and he keeps feeling it and he keeps waking up and being like, what's, you know, he's losing his mind. And he eventually gets the Ito eyes. That's what I'm going to call it.
Oh, yeah. When they're like real stressed out.
Yeah.
And again, the art looks so good. Look at him. Ugh.
It's great. But yeah, you know, I feel like I'm not going to give it away and what happens.
Yeah,
but,
we really can't say much, but just as like more of this keeps happening, he's still stressed out, like doesn't know how to deal with it. And eventually you learn a little bit more as like what is happening. But it was not what I expected.
Oh, yeah. Well, because you start it and you're like, oh, he must just be doing this. And yeah, it goes totally other direction that I didn't expect either. And I love that. I feel like I've never been able to predict anything he's done because it's so wild and different. And this was great. I really like this one too.
Oh, it was great. We're going to have to, because that new one comes out at the end of the month, right? I think we should read that next month. I need some short books next month.
Oh,
self-care. So I think that would be good.
Because I have not started Kurosagi and I'm scared. There's a lot.
Whatever happens. I don't care. It is a month.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah. Sometimes you have a full breakdown.
Yeah.
On a Thursday. But it's okay because your husband takes you to Target and buys you books.
Love that. And apparently he got your pizza. So it's so cute.
I know.
It really is cute. Is it like flat? Is it kind of flat?
Yeah, look at it.
Oh, that's cool.
Cookie. Yeah, they have like Batman, Superman, Flash, and Aquaman. Nice. And I love Christmas. So now I've got like, because I already have like a Christmas Wonder Woman up there, but now I've got like, look at this, more Christmas.
It's wonderful.
The world was worried about me. They knew.
They're like, you needed this.
Yeah, and then he bought me, I got I Kiss Shara Wheeler.
Hey, I just got that from the library.
Read through. I had a great time.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and then I got, is it right here? Yeah. He picked this up because he's like, this looks like a book you would like.
Okay. It's a cool cover.
Yeah. Asian fantasy, yeah. I've been looking at this for a while, so this is my next.
Oh, well, go Elliot.
I
That's
know.
what you needed.
I did. I was like, okay. I felt better.
Love that.
But yeah, this was great. I loved reading this morning. I think this is gonna be it's hard to rank any Ito.
Yeah.
Uzumaki is always my top. It's just
Mhm.
always going to be. But I like this more than Gyo.
Oh, absolutely. I agree.
Because I think Gyo is fine.
Yeah. And I mean, we just recently talked about this and we really like this, but this is better.
This is way better. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
It's just all in classrooms fun and weird, but I mean it's just okay compared to like everything else.
Yeah.
Liminal Zone was great. I really liked this.
This is a very solid collection.
Yeah.
Again, it's not that I ever read anything from him and I don't like it or I don't think it belongs, but these just did go really well together. And maybe it's the newer stuff. Maybe that's what we're seeing. I don't know. But yeah, it was really good.
Yeah. I can't wait to get his new one. I forgot what it is. It's coming out, but
yeah, and I'm gonna upgrade this because I feel like
I will too. Well,
yeah.
I still haven't bought the hardcover of the cat one.
Oh yeah, you need to. It's worth the upgrade too because it's so much bigger.
Oh yeah, the next one is Black Paradox.
Love
October
that.
25th.
Let's do it.
Yeah,
let's for sure. Hold on, I'm gonna write that down for next month.
Yeah, let's do it. I'll just start every month. I'll be like, this is the one I don't have. Can we read it?
Love that.
Yeah. It looks cool, whatever it is.
I never read the descriptions or anything. I'm like, I don't need to. I'm gonna buy that. I'm gonna enjoy it.
I'd rather be surprised.
Yeah, for sure.
But I love this. If you're into like, for me, I love horror or thriller or like sci-fi anthology shows a lot. Like I love Black Mirror. There's a lot that are on like Amazon Prime that are very similar. Things that they're like, what if this was a thing? And they give you an episode on it. And that's what all of Junji Ito's like collected works are like.
Yeah,
and I have a great time with them because it's like, hey, throw this to the wall and see what's going to happen and if it's going to be great, and it always is.
Yeah,
I needed it. I needed it this week.
He only let me down once, and it wasn't even a story, so I'm not counting it.
Yeah, I'm not going to count it.
We don't even talk about No Longer Human, except we have to say it just in case.
People don't buy it. So they're like, are you sure you like everyone?
Yeah,
no,
don't. But
this one I don't.
All of his original works we love.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
I already forgot what we're reading next week.
Oh, it's Crossroads at Midnight, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Luckily, I did check the website. They have like the PDF.
Oh yeah.
Of that, so that's what I'll do.
Cool.
They had a sale on some other books too. I almost made the jump, but I was like, no, chill out.
Her stuff is great.
No, Mark, don't do it.
Oh, Mark,
you can't. I know you're curious to see why we hate it so much, but just don't do it to yourself, okay?
I will never again.
It's so gross.
We threw it out of our house. We had a complete.
We don't. We were like, sell Ito books.
Bye. You did it too, right? You sold it?
I did. Yeah.
Yeah, we were both like, we can't do this.
It doesn't deserve to be on my shelf.
But it was like, no, not worth it.
Yeah. Don't do it.
It's hard.
Read Upgrade Soul, Mark.
Please.
Don't read this. Yeah, and then after that, we'll see however much we get of Kurosaki Corpse Delivery Service. We can do a 2-part. I don't care. Or read something else. I don't care. It's going to be there.
Yeah.
Again, I am busy. So either we read short books next month or I have to take a break from YouTube for the month. So it's
please. I mean, we could read short books. We could have top 10 lists if you want. I mean,
yeah. Sometimes top 10 are harder because I have to bring the book up.
Yeah, that's true. There's a lot of gathering of books.
I still have a pile for my record of my video.
Yeah.
It's just here. But yeah, I think anything lighthearted for next month would be good.
For sure.
So
we have the one
will be recommendations. I need stuff that's going to help me either motivate me to do things or is going to be comfortable. That's what I need for next month.
Okay.
So I need books that give me the same feelings that watching Kiki's Delivery Service does.
Oh,
because I watch that and I feel motivated to do things and better my life.
Yeah,
and that's what I need. So
that's great. I will keep that in mind.
Yeah, I need to see what's on my like I don't have any pre-orders right now. I'm trying to think of books that are coming out later. Because your cat zombie one's going to come out.
I'm so excited.
And you know what else we're getting in November? Ashton Parker Doesn't Fail.
I can't even describe to you how excited I am for this. I am so excited. I think I need to reread Delilah Green.
Oh, we should, just for fun.
Oh, for fun. I mean,
ugh,
I love it so much.
So good.
So, should we go ahead and just switch out Kurosawa for something?
Sure, we can do that. That's fine.
I mean, I want to read it, but I don't want to hurt myself,
That's fine. We can save it.
Okay.
What do you feel like? Also, I'm Gideon Falls 1, by the way, for the last Tuesday of the month if you want to join.
Yeah, for sure. That was the 25th, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
I'll write that down.
Huh, what would be a good fun thing? Well, we still need to stay spooky though.
Right.
Hello Friends. What's a good short spooky thing?
I mean, does that Ito come out before then?
It comes out October 25th. So yeah, actually.
Do we want to just throw that in? Or is that too much Ito in 1 month? I mean,
not possible.
You're like,
Not possible.
And then it'll give us both a reason to like.
Let me pre-order it.
Yeah, I'm gonna pre-order too. What was it called? The
right now.
Something Paradox, right?
Black Paradox.
Black Paradox. Okay.
All right, that's what we're gonna do. It's an Ito month.
We got it.
Treat yourself.
Wonderful.
That'll be good because I'll need a short one around then.
Yeah.
That one could be a little less crazy, but
good. I'm pre-ordering it now too. Let's do it.
Oh, sweet. I just received money from Nearmit. Woo!
Ooh, perfect. Perfect timing.
Use it for books. I already found another book I wanted to read because I've been following some cozy read people, cozy book talk or whatever.
Oh, I love cozy mysteries.
I've been waiting because, like, I love Legends and Lattes a lot, like a lot. And I'm like, I'm not gonna find anything like that. And this girl I follow, she's like, hey, I've been looking for something that makes me feel like Legends and Lattes does. I said, do tell. And she recommended Can't Spell Treason Without Tea, a cozy fantasy steeped with love.
Love
it's
that.
From Tomes and Tea Cozy Fantasies.
That's awesome.
And I don't need to know what it's about, but that title sounds lovely.
All of the cozy genre, they just have the best titles ever, and I love it.
Yeah, because I want my fantasy with that, Yeah. Like that's
wonderful.
That's important. Oh, I love a cozy mystery. That's how I kind of felt about Shara Wheeler. I Kiss Shara Wheeler.
Yeah? You felt
it's
like
a mystery.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know. I picked it up because, I literally didn't look up anything else. She leaves little notes to find her.
Okay, so here's the deal. And did you love the ending? Like, were you like?
I still liked it. Yeah.
Okay. Because
I described what the book was to Elliot, and he said it reminded him of a John Green book, and I've only ever read one, but it's not like a sad. I heard that the John Green one's like sad.
I mean, I have a lot of nostalgia for John Green books, and by the way, I highly recommend for you. This actually may be a great read for you to like chill out to. But his nonfiction book, The Anthropocene Reviewed, where he literally just like reviews various things on a 5-star scale, including like grass and like hot dog stands in like Antarctica. Right. I mean, just like the most random things, but like lovely things, things that shouldn't or can't be reviewed, but like he does.
Yeah.
Highly recommend the audiobook. He narrates it. It's wonderful. It's just one of those things that make you feel like, oh, it's so nice and it's easy to jump in and out of, and it just made me happy. It made me so happy. Okay. So I think you would really enjoy it, and it's one of those like calms you down. You can just enjoy your life, and it kind of broadens your perspective on certain weird topics too. Okay. It's just,
man, I wish I'd known before I used my Audible thing for I'm doing Audible instead of my book one, Libby, because Libby has like a certain amount of time.
Sure.
That stresses me out.
Library. Yeah.
Yeah, and I got Audible so I could listen to I'm Glad My Mom Died.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Well, and you know what? Like Spotify has started to add audiobooks.
But you have to still buy them.
I know. Well, you don't. I don't think you do. I think it's just free with their subscription if you have a subscription. Really?
Yeah.
Okay, well, Reed just told me this information. I guess he was wrong. But anyway,
yeah, I was so excited
like,
because I pay for Spotify because I could not live without it.
I
hate that it's not good for artists. I know, but I literally can't survive.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
Yeah, it's. I
really?
wish.
I didn't even, okay, well, never mind. Sorry, I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Well, next time you get an Audible credit,
okay.
I'm telling you, I think you really enjoy it.
Because right now I'm still going through Harold the Ninth. It is going to take me 5 million years.
Oh.
And I got seven husbands of Evelyn Hugo or whatever.
Yeah, I've heard a lot about that. Yeah,
I feel like I should probably take the job. Anyway, so people in the chat, I know it's kind of too early to plan next month, but I don't see why not. What are your happy reads? Like, what are books that you read, like some graphic novels and comic books that like are gonna make you feel good that maybe we haven't talked about before? Because that would be really helpful to think about for next month.
Yeah.
To keep me in good spirits for the month. Next month, November is a self-care month. And I need everybody to hold me to it. Don't let me plan a million things.
Yeah.
Just let me chill, read happy books, and apply to so many jobs. I'm not unemployed. I just need to get out.
Well, if you need to like do, and we could do it with Jessica if she wants to too, but Jessica really helped me when I was applying for jobs. Yeah. Like we did that thing where we would hang out together. We would do like job applying sprints and then like just talk about our progress and stuff. I'm here for you for that. If you need to do that via Zoom or whatever, like let's do it.
That'd be great. And honestly, even watching like, because I mentioned like on Twitter, like even just watching TV and like I'm still on my laptop doing stuff. Like it's an activity where I have to be in a spot, is planned to be with somebody else, but I can do my own thing at the same time.
Yeah.
So like movies or TV, like that also helps.
I mean,
my sister enjoys Grand Blue Dreaming. You did mention that one, right?
No, I've heard that's manga, right? Yeah, like I've heard
maybe that's on
that
Shonen Jump. Because there's like a show.
Okay.
I'll check it out.
Okay.
Harold the Ninth was good, but the sequel's too confusing for me how to drop that series. Listen, I loved Gideon the Ninth, and Harrow is taking me so long. I heard the payoff is really good. I am so confused. And maybe I think I need to hold the physical book and the audiobook at the same time. I think I'm going to have to do that because I'm still committed.
I know that helps a lot of people.
And everyone gets to the end is like, it's great. Everyone's freaking out about Nono the Ninth. It has just taken me some time. It has taken a bit.
I've heard so many good things about that series for like a while now. And then you praising it makes me definitely want to jump in. But I know how I am with like big fantasy series with a lot of characters. Like I will get confused 100%.
Well, and that's why I wish I bought the first book. I'm going to eventually buy them all because the first book, the physical one, shows like who's who. And that's what I need. And honestly, I need like I've been trying to find like a summary video that has pictures, even if it's like fan art or whatever. So I can clearly, I love imagining people for myself, but I think for this one, I need to see clearly who is who. I need a diagram. Like I'm so confused.
Yeah, that sucks. That's hard.
Yeah.
And it's like long, right? The audiobook?
So. Yeah, Gideon and I didn't feel that long. I was really enjoying it, but I don't know. Harrow feels like it's going to take a bajillion years. But 90s Catwoman, that'd be good. That's a nice, fun one. The Reckless books are short and fun. So Mystery Detective. Oh, man, you know what we could do? Read again. Oh, man. She's a detective. We really like those books. Goldie is in the title.
Oh, Goldie Vance.
Yeah.
That could be fun, yeah.
It's been years. Yeah. That's weird to say.
It is. And I don't think we ever, like, talked about the last one together. I'm not even sure I read it.
I don't think I have either.
It was like one
I don't think I own them, so it'd be an excuse to buy the box set.
There you go.
Which would be nice. That could be cool.
Yeah, that was a fun one. I'm going to write it down as a possibility. If that's what you want to do.
Yeah.
I wish I could just say, let's read all of Giant Days, but it's so long. So I know that that's not an easy one to jump into.
Mark just backed the Kickstarter.
Oh, love that.
He was like, I haven't read it, but do you think I'd like it? I said, just read the first part digitally, see how you feel. Like it's a very much like a college kind of sitcom-y type of deal.
Mm-hmm.
It's very funny. And he's like, all right, I'm sold. So he backed
Love
it.
that, Mark. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna love it. It's my comfort read. Like it's a cozy read for me. It's just so lovely.
Yeah.
Love it.
I'm like looking through my Amazon recommended books.
Yeah, I'm like, what is there?
And they're like, do you want to read Legends and Lattes? It's like, you know that I do.
I mean, we can't read Tea Dragon again. But what a cozy read that is, right?
It is so cozy. Well, we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
I'm going to suggest that we end early only because I know the pizza's right there.
Oh yeah, you need that. I
need to practice my dance routine.
Good luck.
Because it is dress rehearsal tonight. And then after next week, it'll be done, and I won't have to worry about that anymore.
Yay. Have a great time.
Thank you. I'll do my best. Okay, so we're going to end early. We'll be back next week with, say the name again.
The Crossroads of Midnight.
Thank you. I have it on my list. I'll have it ready.
Yeah, cool.
I just can't remember. And then the week after, we've changed our mind. We'll be reading The Black Paradox by Junji Ito right when it comes out. So
we need short reads. Yay.
Hey, if you check out Old Reader, New Reader this month with me, Tuesday, I'll be hanging out with Jessica Ashcraft talking about Justice League Dark, the New 52 run. I think we're only reading part of it. I'm waiting for her to tell me how much, because she said it's a lot heavier than she remembers. And the week after is Gideon Falls. Again, I don't know how much I need to look.
Yeah, please let me know, because I was like, I don't think we're going to do all of it, right?
I'm sure not. I don't think I have time.
Yeah.
But yeah. So everybody, I hope you have a good rest of your Sunday. Do something relaxing for yourself today.
Yeah. Enjoy some cider.
Oh, yeah. Enjoy it for me.
Yeah.
Anyways, we'll see you guys next time. Check out our sponsors, Talk Trades.
They're the best.
Bye.